Hello.
Hey, Jordan, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good to see you. All right, we'll go ahead and jump in here, and we'll have our first question from Sarah Todd, Deseret News.
Hey Jordan, so earlier in the season, you had told us that you wanted to win that sixth man award. Now that Joe is kind of creeping up and he's second favorite to win it, has there been any friendly competition or banter?
Nah, not really. We kind of just doing what we do. I ain't really even paid attention to that stuff, but we just out there just hooping, doing what we do, playing our roles. So I feel like we the best two bench players in the league right now. So I think that just shows how good a team we are.
All right, next up, Kristen Kenny, Jazz TV.
Speaking of how good of a team you are, what have you learned or what are you learning about yourselves without Donovan right now?
We just playing, just doing what we do, continue to move the ball, talk defensively. It's not a thing that we learning that he's out. It's just something that we continue to do. We just continue to work on us, continue to focus on the small things, the little things, and keep putting it all together. That's a big loss for us. So a lot of us got to, really step up and really focus in on the other things. But at the same time, we still focusing on us. That's all we can do right now.
All right, Eric Walden, Salt Lake Tribune.
Hey Jordan, so you guys have been saying all season long that your goal is, to win a championship. If you guys win the game tonight, you become the first team in the league to clinch a playoff berth. Is that meaningful? Like, obviously that's a step on the process to that, but is the act of, being the first team to clinch a playoff spot, is that meaningful? Is that something you guys have talked about at all?
No, not at all. We know the main goal, and we know what we got to get ready for, and that's the playoffs. Like I said, every day we continue to work, try to get better ourselves, a little bit every day. But I don't think that's even came into our head of thinking like, oh, let's finish first or let's finish second, third, fourth, anywhere, or getting even a clinch. I think we just focused on the main goal, the process, and us getting better every day. I think we kind of lost ourselves into that, and that's what's making this season so good for us, and the reason why we're winning games, because we just losing ourselves and trying to get better and win these games.
All right, we have a question from Juan Barraco, who's out of Uruguay.
Hey Jordan, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I wanted to ask you, Jordan, during the season, was there a particular game or a specific moment or a breaking point where you thought, okay, we might win this year, we might win the championship this year?
No, I don't think so. I'm not really too much of a forward kind of looking guy. I kind of stay in the moment, stay in the process. But we've been winning games. It's nice, but we know we got to put it together once this playoff time starts, and we know we got to take it to another level. And for us to accomplish that goal, that's what we got to do. And I feel like us not really harping on it or think about it, and focusing on what we do. What Coach harps to us and tells us, it's gonna help us, in that time to keep pressing forward and win games in tough moments.
All right, Ben Anderson, KSLSports.com.
Jordan, I'm curious because I think you and Donovan are the two guys who can do it easiest on the team, but carrying a big offensive load like you do, when Donovan goes out, what do you notice, or what do you see how the team has to adjust?
We just got to continue to move the ball. Me, Mike, Joe, all of us, we do a good job of getting in the paint and making plays. And with Donovan, being out, we know we got, more reps and, more kind of, plays to where we got to get somebody else open, get somebody else a shot, or not take a shot that you feel that you would regularly take. Stuff like that kind of seeps in your head, because Donovan is in there doing that at that time where, you know, he'll be making a play for me, and you know, I get a few open threes and, you know, a few open shots, but you know, with him not out there, kind of takes some of those plays out where we have to use more energy to go get our teammates shots and, you know, make plays for the team. You know, that's big time, especially, you know, with this time coming. I think we got like 12, 13 more games. As long as we stay comfortable in that sense of attacking and, you know, getting our teammates shots, I think it's going to help us a lot down the line as well.
All right, we have a follow-up from Sarah Todd.
Jordan, have you given any thought to maybe what you think about the play-in tournament that's kind of being introduced this year, whether that's, you know, good for competition, or, I mean, it's going to mean that you're not going to know who your matchup is until
Right.
much later.
I mean, it's a little wild. That's a wild situation, but I guess it brings some ratings and you know, some attention to the league. And I mean, I think it's a cool thing. I feel bad for the scouting guys because they'll have to end up scouting like 4 teams instead of 1, and you know, they'll probably be flying and watching a bunch of games. But hey, it's part of the work. I mean, you know, a play-in tournament is what it is. You know, those 4 teams that's in there right now in the West, you know, it's no slack. So we definitely got to kind of, you know, keep an eye on those teams and prepare just like, you know, we prepare for anybody else. It was, you know, Western Conference Finals. You know, that first round is tough. We know it's going to be tough for whoever we match up with. The first, 4th seed, no matter what, in the West, it's going to be tough. But the playing thing is a little weird, but definitely get some attention, and you know, I think it'll end up being pretty cool just for the league and getting those ratings and that time in those games. I think those are going to be real competitive.
All right, and last question will be a follow-up from Eric Walden.
Jordan, I want to say this tonight's the first time you guys are playing the Wolves since the home opener, the second game of the season. Obviously, that one kind of, you know, set a tone early on for what you guys were going to be facing in terms of teams trying to be physical, in terms of like long switching wings. How do you feel like you guys have gotten better at kind of handling those types of situations as the season has gone along?
Like you said, I think we're getting better through the season, especially with talking and trying different coverages and doing stuff like that. Definitely, it was the second game of the year, but we see this, you know, kind of a lot, like you said, with you know, a big man that could pass, score, and do that, as well as long wings that could defend. Definitely a great, you know, test for us to work on things that, you know, we'll work on down the line. I feel like that will help us. But I feel like we are getting better in that area. From the beginning of the season, I know we saw in the second game of the year. But I feel like, you know, we put a lot of attention and detail into this because we know we'll be seeing it down the line. And hopefully we continue to get better and just keep communicating and get it right.
All right, that's it for today. Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate
All
it.
right, y'all.
Well, thanks, everyone. We'll see you guys
Peace.
tonight.
Thanks, Maddie. Good seeing you.
Bear out cruising yesterday?
Yeah.